Hi, Pritham, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Good morning, sir.
Okay. Hi, good morning. So I have sent you a mail, guys. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I have sent you a mail which is of Metrolinx. Okay. This
Okay.
is some real-time questions that they have been asked. Okay. So let me share my screen. Confirm once my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it's
So
visible.
if you see, there are these data sets that they have provided. Okay, are you able to see? There are 5 data sets that are available in business case documentation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me open the business case. Okay, so someone can read this. Okay, I'm keeping in this and let me know if it is visible and if you want to increase this font. Okay, is it visible, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can someone look into that? Okay, here it is saying that as a Power BI developer, HR data is primarily descriptive and commonly requires manipulation from several data sources to produce meaningful report. Okay, here they are giving us a sample HR data. Okay, and common there is need to transform and create a visual despite and display data and create summaries for the leadership to support strategic initiatives. The scenario is we are now at the point that we need to make some business decisions as to how we best support the organization from a HR data perspective. Organization, we have several areas to focus. At our organization level, a high level view of our organization. So they want to know what is overall view of the organization. And at the diversity level, they want to know overall diversity profile of the organization. Productivity, is there a relationship between productivity and employee performance score? Is there a relationship between employee performance score against who they work for? Okay, these both are comparison metrics. And later, attracting talent. Okay, what are the best ways to recruiting sources if you want to ensure a diverse organization? These are the major scenarios that they are looking into. And they're given the details of the data sets. We have 5 data sets in this, okay, that which we downloaded. One is core HR data set. As indicated, it is a core HR, which we have PI information. That means personal information that needs to have more security to be added. Okay, employee names, IDs, date of birth, age, marital status, date of hire, termination, okay, pay rate, manager name, and performance score. And HR data set, which is a core data set expanded with additional employee attributes. Okay. So let's see what are there over there. Okay. If let's say first is core HR data set. So what are the columns available here? Employee number, state, zip, date of birth, age, marital distribution, citizen, date of hire, date of termination. Okay, reason for the termination, employment status, whether it is active or inactive, department that they are working under, position, pay rate, manager, employee source, performance score. Okay, these are the major HR data that is available in the core data set and later it will be more than HR data set. So, okay, gender ID, employee status ID, department ID, score ID, that means performance score, age, date of birth, citizen, race, days of employed, days, date of termination, employment status, and performance score. Okay. Now, what are the other 3 data sets? Now we have production staff, recruiting cost, and salary grade. So let's see what it is the production staff. In production staff, we have employee name, department, position, manager name, performance score, teeth whitening day week 1, teeth, teeth whitening by day week 2, daily error rate, 90-day complaints. Okay. This is something reduction related to production. So let's close it. Let me close this data set. And we have recurring cost and salary grades. These are recurring costs. What is the cost that's happening for each and every month? Okay. And what are the expenses? So over here, what are we looking into? We are looking into overall recruitment costs. Okay. So everything comes under recruiting costs and salary grade. In salary grade, we have what is hourly minimum and average maximum. Okay. Per each and every position per hour and what is the salary. Okay. So given this, what you could understand is let me close this. Your task is to create overview of the organization, active headcounts by position. How will you do that?
We filter the data based on whether he is active or not and the designation he is currently assigned with.
Okay. Number of terminations by month split by type of terminations. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's create a new Power BI file. Let me create a new one. So let's see what we have. Okay, so here in page 1, they're asking for. So if you see the requirements, so how you will design the dashboard? Can you look at and let me know? Okay, let me open this. This is the dash 3, what you say, 3 reports. So how do you want to organize?
Will we first use the HR data set?
They are asking, there are 3, 3, 3, and over here there are 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 6. So how you want to organize your dashboards? Hello.
Yes.
So how you
First,
require, how many dashboards that you want to create? So overall you want to create 5 dashboards. Okay, even if it is say 4, you want to create 5, maintaining the consistency. Because here you have 6, right?
yes.
So what you could do is you could make these 3 into a single this thing, and these 3 into single dashboard, these 3 into single, and these 3 into a single dashboard. Okay. So how it could be your alignment? Okay, your alignment could be in 3 ways. One is you could have one big chart and 2 simple charts. Are you able to see my screen, guys? Power
Yes.
BI.
Yes, sir.
How you organize? Let's say if we have 3. Okay, we are looking at 3 charts, right? So what I could do, I could make one chart like this. Let's say that I'm having it. Okay, I'm having a table over here. One way of organizing is 1, 2, and third chart over here. Okay. One way of organizing your three charts is like this. And what would be the other way? You could reduce one of this one to this. Okay. And if it is a
9.
time series chart, you could give like this. Okay. Either one on top or one on bottom. Okay. One chart which increases full-fledgedly. Okay. The other two charts which will collate. Okay. Basing on your overview of the chart. Okay. Now let's go to the chart and see what are the charts that we require. Okay. Before everything, what are the things that we need to look into first? So we have different data, right? Different data sources, right? Right. We are not getting data from a single Excel, isn't it? We are getting data from, and these are a CSV files. So let me get data and go to text of CSV, PBI, and these are my. So is there any transformation required, guys? Everything is already, we don't require any transformations, right? Because if you see, there is nothing as empty. You are able to see each and every column. So let me go out and load the data directly. Get data, text CSV, or HR data set is came. Let me add HR data set. Load the data. Okay. Now what are the other things? Text and CSV, production staff, load the data. Text CSV, 3, recruiting cost. Salary grid, and load the data. So once I load the data, what are the things that I need to check this? Hello?
Whether duplication of data is there.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Pritham. So if I want active how count by position, okay, how could I get that? Now looking at the data set, let me know. Okay. Looking at the data set, let me know how could I get this. Active head count by position, right? Here I have position. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Here I have position. Where is my active?
Well, active would be the date of status.
So if you want to look into, let me go to transform data. Okay. Where you are able to see the whole data. Okay. Choose columns, go to column. Do you have active over here? Employment status. Yeah, we have employment status over here. Okay, so let's close and apply. And over here, what I could do is I could look into positions that which is in HR data. There is position, position, and employment status is where I got right. So let me check on employment status.
Below the employee source, please check.
Okay. See, but I am getting overall position and employment status. If I look into this, okay, let me make this as a table. This is not the right view. Okay, if I have this, okay, now here what I'm getting is I'm getting overall all these things, but what I require,
Active
what is my
headcount.
active headcount by position, right?
Yes.
I required only active, right? And I required for each and every position. Now what I should do, go to filters. In employment status, what I required only active. Click on active. Now what happened to my visualization? I have only active counts, active these things, but this is not what I'm looking at. So what I will do, I will go to employment status and make it as count, not count distinct. So now what happened? Overall, how many employees that I have?
174.
174. Okay. This looks good, but how could I verify whether this is 174 or not? So let me take this card, okay, and let me take overall employees. How many, what are the, we have something as an unique key for the employees. What is that?
Employee ID.
Right, employee number. So overall count for the employee number is 301. Right?
Yes.
Now what I want, let me go over there and create a filter where employment status is active. So let me add this filter and click active. So I got 174.
Yes, sir.
And here in the below also we have the same, right? Overall it's 174 of employment, the count, and we got for each and every position, right? So our ask is fulfilled. Right, our ask is fulfilled, right?
Yes, sir.
So what they asked for active headcount by position, isn't it? Active headcount by position. So here we got all the active headcount by position, which is 174, and which was breakdown into different positions over here. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me go to a second chart. Okay. So over here in the diversity view, can you someone read this?
Gender breakdown of all the active employees further split by marital status. Share of active employees who identify as Hispanic or Latinx. Breakdown of active employees by race.
Okay. Now what we could do in this situation? What could be your this thing when we say gender breakdown of all employees further split by marital status? How could you do that again?
We take the employment status and their
Mm-hmm.
gender as well as their marital status.
Okay, let me take this, okay, and try something, okay. There is something known as ask data, right?
Yes.
Can we give a question to this? Can we try giving a question where it could answer directly? So it gives us only one. Gender breakdown of all employees. Okay, let's say gender breakdown for all employees. Is it the correct one? What I could do, employee number count. Okay. Now let me close this. Okay, and let me show what we could do. Okay. Now let's say where we have gender, employee gender. So let me increase this so I could see. So we are let me take a new one instead of this. First, every time if you are looking, right, it is better to have a table, right? Then you could convert this into a visualization. Okay. So what we are looking at, we are looking at gender based on this thing. So what I will see, I will look at gender. Okay. Where is the gender over here? Okay. Manager name, employer state, date of birth, department, date of birth. Here we don't have anything. So let me see here the gender. Here there is gender ID, right? Let me click on gender ID. Gender ID, and let me make it as don't summarize. Okay. If I don't summarize, I got zeros and ones, right?
Yes,
That
sir.
means it is one is male and the other one is female. Okay. Now I want the count of employment, right? Now what I will do, I will take employee number to the columns, and what I will do, I will make this as count. Now what I got overall 301 employees who are been divided into two different things. One is zeros and one is ones. Okay. So what is the best representation? So let
Pie
me make
chart.
this as a column chart. Okay. Yeah, this one would be better, but the thing is we need to further divide, right? So that's why I create this. Okay, let me make it as a donut chart and increase this size. And if you see, you get zeros and ones. And again, we need to further divide this by
Active
what we need
employees.
to further divide it. Split by
Marital
marital
status.
status, right? So where is marital status? To include this in marital status. Okay. Now you got certain count. See, let me go to increase this. 174, 127, 127. No, values doesn't look good. Now what I will do, instead of making this, let me make it in marital status also in this. This doesn't look good. Okay, let me add this in tooltip. Marital status ID also we have 174. This is odd. Where is marital status instead of ID? Okay, let me do one thing. Let me take a table and see what is your marital status ID. Marital status ID, which is don't summarize, we have four ways. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we want the same thing. Okay,
Sir, can't we take the married ID? Some of married IDs.
Some of marriage IDs we can't take it, right? We should take these things without any. Oh, now we got the breakdown. Let me. But over here, the breakdown is totally broken. So let me show you. Here it should not be 74%. Overall, it should be 100, right? Okay. Okay. In this 71%, there is only 23.59% who are into marriage status ID 1. Okay. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is also not good. We need to have only 4, right? Go back to the report, and if you see, okay, we have 5 guys, okay? So overall here, if you see, right? Count of number, details, okay, and let me add this into tooltip also. So there are 74 people with marriage status ID 0, 71 with this, okay, and 16 with marriage status ID 2, 9 with marriage status ID 3, and 4. And if you see over here, status ID 158, marriage status ID 0. 0 is 58, 1 is 48, okay, with 2 is 14, 3 is 3, 4 is 4. Okay, overall we have 4. Okay, let me show you over here. Let me take this. So overall we have 5 status IDs, okay, marriage status IDs. And this we are broke down the overall gender of male and female, zeros and ones, and later with the status ID where we make this as overall further into the 5 discriminations. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is what they are looking into, right? What they are looking into. Active employee. Okay, they are looking it only for active employees. So what we should do is, what we should do when we require only active employees. Here we got near about 300 plus employees, right? 70, 70, 70, 70, which is nearly 300. So if I want only active, again take the employment status, make into filters, and take only active. Now the overall count should be somewhere around 174. Can you check this? Whether the overall count is 174 or not? 47 plus 38 plus 6 plus 2 plus 40 plus 23 plus 10. Let's see. Here it is 2, 8, 10, 13, 13 plus 23,
36,
36,
36,
36 plus 40,
76,
76 plus 2,
78,
76, 78, 78 plus 5, 83, 83 plus 6,
89,
89, 89 plus 38, 89, 90, 127, 127 plus 47, 174.
yes,
That's exactly matched with our active employees, right? So here 174 employees are being divided into male employees and female employees and further breakdown into their status IDs. Okay. So there is one more thing that you could do, guys. Go to transform data. Okay, here we don't know whether zeros and ones represents male or female, right? Let me go to HR data set. Here I am able to see marriage status ID 012, Okay, employment status ID. We have only status, but we don't know male or female. Okay, let me go to core data set and see whether we have male and female employees mapped. Marriage description we have. Okay, but we don't have male or female, right? there is no column that describing male or female, isn't it, guys? Is there any column as such? No, right? Yeah, we have 6 column. Okay, let me go to the visualization. So it's better we use instead of this column gender ID. Now you're able to see who are male and who are female, right? Light color represents female, dark color represents male. Okay. If there is no such thing, we need to create a custom column guys where 0 represents female and 1 represents male. And again, we have only status ID. Okay. Do we have something related to? Okay, we have marriage description, but if we use marriage description, will it be suffocate? Okay, let me add this in the tooltip. Let's see. Marriage description. Married, separated, divorced, separated, okay, and widowed. We are able to see all the 5 columns in a different way right now. So I could remove the status ID from here. Okay, now you are able to get the same, okay, with a different perspective, right? And let me remove the status ID in details. So what I'll do, I will make this marriage description into details. Now see, you are able to see female married with 38. Okay. First marriage one description. Okay, let me do it, remove it from tooltip. See now this is what the overall ask, right? Overall, we are able to show only active employees with male and female and further divided the split in by dividing into their marriage description. Okay. Or the marital status. This is what the ask is, right? Now you
Yes,
need
sir.
to look into certain things. Okay. There is no relationship between first table and second table. We haven't created any relationship, right? But we are able to see that it performed well because this is from one data set and this is from another data set, right? Isn't it? This is from HR data set. This is from core data set, right?
Yes, sir.
Mine, we haven't created any relationships. So let me go to model view and see what happened over here. So for overall my 5 tables, it automatically created wherever I have used the utilization, right? It automatically created me a relationship that which is not built by me. Because I used it inside the visualization, it automatically created this. We used a position, right, in previous one. Position and this thing, what you say, position and active head count, employee number to get the active head count. Okay. And over here, if you see how the relationships are made, can you explain me how these relationships are?
One-to-one
From
relationship
where this
between core
relationship has
dataset
been
and
created?
HR dataset.
Okay.
One-to-one
So how
relationship
these two
between
are
core
related?
and production staff.
Okay. No. What is the relation this between these two? So from which column it is relating? So if I want to look into this, okay, I could look on manage relationships and I will be able to see what is the relationships. It is having the relationships automatically detected by employee number. Okay. If I click on auto detect again, it said there are no further founded these things. Okay. But are you able to see any relationship between these two? Why there is no relationship identified in these two? See, there is a relationship between here to here. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, there is a relationship between employee source and employee source, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And for the salary grid, is there any relationship or do we require any transformation before creating the relationship? So let me go to the table view and let me go to salary grid. So if you see salary grid, we are having this in certain way that it says position, salary minimum, salary mid, salary, hourly mid, hourly salary, right? And over here, if you see, right, it is representing column 1 to column 7. That is not the exact way to represent it, right? So what I should do? I should do certain transformation over here. So let me go to home and go to transform data and go to the salary grid table. Now what I could do is I just want to rename this. Okay, first what I will do, I will tell to remove rows. Okay, I just want to remove certain rows. Which rows I want to remove? I remove the first row. Remove the top rows. And how many rows that I want to remove? I need to remove only one. Let me remove this one. Now I have position, min, mid, max, min, mid, max. Okay. Now what I will say? I will say use first row as header. Now I got something. Min underscore 1, salary, max 3. Okay. Now this is salary dot minimum, right? So what I will do, I will mention this as salary dot min. Okay. I am renaming this. Okay. In the same way, salary dot mid, salary dot max. And this min is related to hours, right? We already seen this as well. So I will make this as hourly dot min 1, copy and rename the other two also. Let me just double click over there, create hourly mid 2, hourly dot max 3. Okay. Now if you see the relationship, let me close and apply. Let it apply the changes, guys. Now what we are looking into? We are looking in a different perspective. Right now, we have overall salary minimum, salary mid, salary max, and hourly related things. Okay, now let me commit this and go to the relationships. So is there any relationship that is possible now for the salary grade? See, it automatically gives us a relationship. It automatically created a relationship between these one was. Okay, let me increase this. For the salary grid, it already created two relationships. One is with core data set and the other one is with HR data set. No, not with HR data set, with production staff. It created two. One is on one-to-many relationship. Okay, one-to-many relationship using position. Okay, from salary grid to production staff. And again, it created one-to-many relationship for core data set to salary grid. So if you see the relationships, we need to have at least 4 relationships, right? So if you see there are 4 relationships and one inactive relationship. Why it is inactive? Any idea? Hello?
Yes.
So we have if you see over here, right, there are overall 5 relationship and one relationship is in inactive mode. Any idea? Okay, or let me show you what is the production grid to salary staff. Okay, salary staff to position grid. If you see, there is a small dotted line rather than a straight line. See, if you see over here, these are straight lines, right? Or a thick lines over here. If you see, these are dotted lines. So this means it's an inactive relationship there. Okay. This is not an active relationship because we already have to the core data set, right? This is related to core data set. We already have this thing relating for positions. Okay. And this is something that we could have a relationship, but as of now, it's inactive. If I want to active this relationship, just go over here, go to properties, and here there is something known as make this relationship active. So if I want to make this relationship active, there is something. If you go over here, can you read this? You can't create direct active relationship between because there is an active set of indirect relationship exists. Okay. If I want to make this active, right, I want to ensure that the relationship between other tables is inactive. So that means I want to go to this table and make this inactive. Okay. Then I could make this as active. See, if I don't get any message now, I automatically created a relationship, okay, by deacting one relationship and making active the other relationship. Because we have indirect relationship. Okay, let's say I go to properties and let me make inactive. Okay. And if you want to get from the tables, right, you need to have only one relationship. Here, there is a relationship between this table and this table, this table and this table. So you don't require one more relationship that could confuse your data model for production staff and salary grid. So either you could make only one of these two relationship into active. It is up to you which you want to ensure. Okay. So always it is better to have a core data set which is relating to our core data. So it is better to have this as active because that is our main dimension table, right? Understand? Yes. Here we have an indirect relationship directly that it is passing because these two has a relationship and this two has a relationship. We don't require another relationship between these two. This will confuse the model while creating any measures. That's why this is inactive. And why we require inactive? We already saw this, right? Why we required inactive models? Inactive models is required while we transforming the models. Okay. So if I want certain calculations, this needs to be done. Okay. While doing certain transformations, okay, or creating a measure, then we require an inactive model. That is totally depend upon situation to situation. Okay. Let me go to the report. Okay. Is it clear as how to make a relationship and what are the things that you're looking at?
Yes,
So
sir.
let's go to the other this thing. Okay. And if I want to go break down by race, what I should do? So we'll walk through this, guys. You try this other things at your home and let me know if you're able to do and anything that we have, we could make looking on by this day. Okay. You have 3 days time. So how could you make this employee breakdown by race, guys?
Employee status and the race.
Employee status on this thing, and now what you need to do, you need to take employee number and you need to have, there should be some column known as race. Okay.
Yes.
Go to that column and employee number race, then you could divide them into a pie chart or a donut chart or a table. Whatever you require, you could make this. Now performance. Okay, if you see this performance for production week split by what was the average number of teeth. So what you need to do, you need to take an average that is teeth whitening 1, teeth whitening 2, daily error rate and daily complaint. So what you need to do, You want to sum up all the three that which we have and divide it by 4. That you will get an average employees and sorry divided by employee performance score. Okay, you need to add up all these three. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 and divide it by performance score for each and every employee. And you need to compare this. This is just a table, okay? And include a slicer for active and terminated. So normally we are using this thing, right? What we are using? In general, we are using a filter, isn't it? Now you need to use a slicer. So if you see these three charts are similar charts, guys. First, you need a table, okay, with top 3 employees. That means you need to give employee number and teeth whitening 1 and drag the filters into top and filter and select only 3. You will be able to get this table 1, table 2, table 3. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now what will you do for next 3? Can someone identify? Hari, what would be this? What was the breakdown for hiring source by performance score? Hiring sources by performance score. What it could be? What was the breakdown of hiring source by performance score? Or what was the amount that was spent by organization for overall hiring? Okay. So let's see over here. There are a couple of things. If you see in the salary grid, right? Sorry. Not on salary grid, recruiting cost. Okay. Employee source
HR
and you have
data.
overall listing. So they could take the total. Total would be sum and you will be able to see overall cost for source. Okay. You got each and every total for the employment source that you have. Okay. And if you see what is this one asking, so this is for this one. Okay. Hiring overall. What was the breakdown for hiring source by performance? So what is the hiring source? Let me take a new one. Hiring source. If I look at source, let me take from employee data set and employee number, which I required a count. Okay. Count and what it is looking at. Score by performance score. So let me look at performance score. Where is my performance score? In this one. Let me add performance score also over here. And increase the table. Okay, over here, let me make this as count. Now look into the table. Let me make this. See, count of performance score is equal to the employee number by source.
Sir, why can't we consider HR data performance score?
Yeah, that is also fine. You will get the same result. Here we are getting further this thing. Okay. Let me take this from this one. Then. Employee source also. Let me take this from here. So if it is better always whenever you are looking at, let's say if I'm employee source that I have removed. Okay, let me take employee number from here only. Okay, count. Remove this. For each performance score, what are the employee source and what is the count of employees? Okay, whenever you have certain things, okay, let's say, okay, let me add one more thing over here.
Can we consider employment status in this table also?
Yeah, we could make this as employment status as active. We take it from HR data set, right? So take it from employee HR, this one. No. Employment status to filter and just take active. Second. Delete. Employment status. You are able to get only employment status which are active. For each and every source, and what are the employment source and performance score. Okay, let me make this on top. So you'll get billboard, which is 90 days met. Okay. R1, 1, 5, which are from employer referral 5. So this is the overall breakdown for each and everything. So they could make, let's say, instead of this, okay, I don't think this is a good visual. So what I'll do is I will make this in a different way. Okay, and I'll remove this employment number and make this performance score to count. Okay. Now let's let me do something else. Don't summarize. Okay. Let me this as count. Count of employees score. Employees source. Okay. 90 days. No, it also doesn't look good. Let me don't summarize this and summarize. Okay, this only looks better. Employee name. Let me make it as count. Oh, we got one option with employee names. Okay, employee number. Let's take employee numbers. Number from HR data set. Yeah, this should be, yeah. This is a breakdown. And if you have a matrix table, that would be more better. If I want to do this, okay, this would be a better visual. See here, I want to say from the billboard 90s met is 1, exceed 1, full met is 7, PIP is 1. Okay. So overall, if you see, most of the people comes under fully met, and highest people who are more than 90 days met is 5 from an employee referral. And which one looks better, guys? This one or the back visual?
The matrix one.
Matrix is
This looks somewhat better. And this gives the exact requirements that they are looking into. Employee source divided by into different this thing, performance score. Okay. And they ask you to give a slicer, right? So how could you add a slicer? I mean, let's say if I want to add a slicer, how could I do that? We already know this, right? So what is the slicer that they ask you? Status, right? Employment status. Take the visualization, which is slicer. Where is my slicer? This is my slicer. Click on this. Take employment status to slicer. If I click on active, you'll get only active. Why I'm getting 0? Guys, why I'm getting 0? Come on, guys, why I'm getting 0?
We did
Because
not add
we
any
already
number
made a
of
filter with
employees.
active, right?
Yes.
So if I don't want that, I'll just in this one, okay, there is active. Let me clear this. Now If I want only have future employees, it will give me future start. It will give me this one. If you this locate active, it will give only the active. Any questions, guys? Will you try this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, try to complete this. Okay. So overall, you need to give only one slicer and moreover filters that it is only active. Okay, this needs to be done. And the time is given for a 10 years experience employee is only 1 hour for this dashboard, guys. And they are expected to complete only relationship and at least one complete dashboard, at least 3 charts from this. Okay, either you decide these three or these three, any three or any one. This mean to say basically within 1 hour of time. And they were looking at overall 60 minutes exercise. And he completed only this set, second set, and he was able to get the job. This has happened only in last week or something. If you see the mail, it is somewhere around in August itself.
July.
This
at
is
the
from
end of
Metro
July.
Links program. Sorry?
I think he got the mail in July 30th, on July 30th.
Yeah. He was placed basically somewhere in mid of August. Okay, I think I already shared you the solution that he sent to you, Hari. But that's not the solution. He given only for only one chart, basically. A complete chart that which gives you only diversity view.
Yeah, I received the mail.
I will send you the solution also, Pritam. Okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
send you this only as of now. I have sent only this one. Okay. That which he created. I mean the data set. Okay. I will also forward you the solution that he has forwarded. Okay. Or let me show you the solution that he presented. You have time, Pritam?
Yes, sir. I have that.
Okay. Just give me a couple of minutes. I'll let you know the solution, but I'm not sharing this, guys, because okay, let me stop sharing. Sorry, let me stop recording. Record. Okay. So let's go to tab view. If you go to tab view public download, right? You could directly either go for tab view desktop download or public download. But if you go for public, it is free for life. Okay. You don't require anything. Okay. You just log in and you start your work. But the only thing is the data set that you are using will be publicly available. So that means if you want to showcase your things to your whatever you develop to a HR, you could just give this link and they will be able to see whatever the visualizations that you have created in Tableau Public. Okay. But if you want to have your private space where you want to test your local data or your customers' data, it is always better. You may directly download Tableau Desktop. Okay. Tableau Desktop download, and this is free for only 14 days, guys. You will get 14 days free trial, but for each and every version, you will get 14 days trial. So if you go over here, there is support release, right? 2023. So there will be more number of releases. Okay. So 2023.1.4, there is. So for each and every release, you will have 14 days free trial. Okay, that is one way that you could work around. So try to download this. This is just like any software, and we will see this on Monday. How can it work? And I haven't dealt with parameters in Tableau in Power BI because in Power BI the use cases is very limited. Okay, when you say on parameter, but we could see more use cases over here, and we will also see how to correlate the things with Power BI and Tableau in going next 3 days. Okay. Any questions, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, guys, then let's start with Tableau by Monday. Any questions, Hari?
No, sir.
Okay, yes. And start preparing you these things, guys. If you have applying for any this thing, Okay, try to prepare your own interview questions. Okay, and try to practice. Okay, once you practice, that would be more easier for you. And as of now, if you are looking for 3 years of experience, my suggestion is if you are looking for a new job, right, make it for only 3 years, not more than that, and not minimum also. Okay, you should mention at least 0 to 3. Okay, 1 year is good enough, but 3 years is a better way to get into a job. Okay, guys, thank you then. We'll meet on Monday.